We're gonna just talking about her walk, her path.
I
Hey,
got it. Hey.
yes.
What's up?
No,
I was struggling at first. It was not connecting at first.
I don't know. Instagram be having its moments where it's just
Instagram be hating.
It does. Oh,
they be hating.
So I know everybody's like pouring in or whatever like that. So first off, everybody welcome. So I am your host, Aasha Lewis Redway. Today my co-host is not gonna be with us. She is traveling at this present time, but
travel
doesn't stop the party, okay?
Exactly.
So we are sitting and we're gonna be talking with the beautiful, most talented, most triple threat.
Okay, come on for the resume.
Yes,
okay,
I gotta amp it, queen.
Come on,
so Aasha, thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm super excited to have this conversation. So first off, I want you to just kind of, dive into it because, a lot of times we just try to, get the background of all of the artists, just, where you started. Because, hey, you was from the Chi.
Come on, Chi-Town, okay?
Yes. I have interviewed a lot of wonderful, talented artists from Chicago, and you guys, obviously, y'all got something over there in the midst.
Yeah, it's in the water. I'm telling you, it's in the water. We all got it
in the water. So I want you to definitely just jump in, just really talk about, from being from Chicago and really getting started and pursuing your music because you started off young.
Very young. I was kind of, I don't want to say I was forced into it, but it was one of those things that for like my 4th birthday, my mom bought me a Mr. Microphone. And I had like all these toys she bought me, but I was so obsessed with just the microphone. And I was always like walking around the house. And of course, this is her telling me this. I don't remember it, but whatever. And she said I was just like, I was glued to that microphone and I was walking around and I was always humming and just, having all these different melodies. And it went from just doing that to her being like, wait a minute, this could actually be something. Hold on. So from there, she kind of threw me into like pageants and the talent portion. I was always singing. And when you're younger, it's just, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Look at her. Oh my gosh. And then as I got older, I started to, sing around people. And it was like, wait a minute, like you can actually sing. Like, hold on now. So then that's when the talent shows started and the performances and the singing for family. Like my cousin can tell you there was not a family function that they didn't have us up there singing and dancing, So it just kind of stuck with me. Music was literally what saved me in a lot of different instances. So that's just life, it's my life. That's my baby.
All right. So, so every time I'm having a function, you go like, come on out here and sing for the people.
Come on out here and sing for your auntie, baby. Like, okay,
oh my goodness. Listen, trust, I understand. But talk about the very pivotal moment where you felt like, as you got older and really started, you was tapping into it and really found a home. But talk about the pivotal moment where you felt like, oh, this I can do seriously. Like this is it.
Honestly, I've had a lot of different moments, just being completely transparent. But I think the one moment for me where it was like solidified was when I went to go audition for The Voice. And the first round of, singing in front of just the producers, not even the judges that we see on TV, singing in front of the producers, I'll never forget. I got up there, we were in a room full of 20 people. I was the last person to sing. I didn't get the little red ticket right then and there. As I was leaving out, the producer was like, hey, wait, you come back, you stay. And I'm like, oh, okay. He said, do me a favor, sing again. I sang again, and he was like, I knew it. And he gave me that red ticket to the second round. And for me, it was like, this is it. This is for me. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it just, like I said, it just stuck with me. There have been my times where I've had to like take a break because of course my mental health is more important than anything. If I'm not okay as a person, I can't be okay as an artist. But every time I've taken my break, I've been brought right back to it somehow. Whether it's somebody like, hey, come do this show or come sing this song or come do a feature or something like that. Like somehow I'm brought right back to it. So I know that like this is what I'm supposed to do.
All right. I love to hear. I love when you can be aligned
Yes.
in what it is that, your purpose, you're destined
Yes,
to
that's what it's
become.
about.
So amazing. I wanted to get into, because you have such a, I mean, how can I, let me find the verbiage. Sorry. With you being able to sing, rap, and be able to dance, all of this that you have that's encompassed, how do you try not to, as a independent artist, fall into trends? Because, musically, you hear one sound and it's like, oh, there it goes. And then,
Yeah, I think for me, I've never been a trendy type of girl. I always wanted to stand out. Always, I've always done things that were kind of unorthodox. A lot of people have piercings, but like I felt like my septum piercing made me stand out. You know what I mean? I have all these tattoos that people on the outside look at me, they see my face, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's a cute girl." And then they see these tattoos and it's like, wait a minute, she has like this rebel side to her.
uh-oh.
I think that I just try to focus on just me. I don't really just pay attention to the trends. Like, we'll be realistic. Being trendy is what's hot. That's what gets you noticed. But I also think that being an original is what gets you noticed too, because people are like, wait a minute, that's different. I've never seen that before. Let me gravitate towards that. So I think that getting older and understanding, the business more and just society and how important social media is, whatever. I just think that I've been able to zone in on me as a person. I just want to be as authentic as possible and just give people who I am and not who they think I should be. I think that's my goal. Yeah. I'm gonna be who I am, not who y'all think I should be. So that's it. Yeah.
Yes. And what would you say so far is one of like the biggest sacrifice for you as an artist that you make on a daily or just period, just to be who you are?
I think that sometimes the biggest sacrifice is being focused. And for artists, being focused is key. And it seems like that's just so easy. It's like, hey, you want to be an entertainer, focus on being an entertainer, zone everything else out. But it's hard because at the end of the day, we're still human. You know what I mean? So we still have life issues. We still have things that happen on the daily that are very unexpected that we have to tend to or we have to focus on. So I think that the biggest sacrifice is just literally focusing, having to really tell your friends and your family and, your loved ones like, hey, no, I can't go to that party. I can't do this. I can't spend money on this because I need to put it towards my career. And,
Right.
Just not being able to kind of sometimes be in the loop. It can be kind of hard because then you'll kind of feel like you're isolated. And meanwhile, it's you who's isolating themselves from everybody, but you'll feel like everybody else is isolating you. So yeah, I think it's that just being focused and not being able to kind of be in the loop with everything that's going on. It's hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's like, it's so funny because when we talk to a lot of artists, that is like one of the biggest things, time and, having to tell family, having to, tell friends like, yeah, I can't do this, I can't do that, but
Exactly.
investing in that moment so that, obviously it will grow into something bigger so that, later on down the road, you'll be able to have that time with your family and your friends and be able to enjoy those moments that you basically built and worked so hard for.
Exactly.
So with that being said, as a rising artist, especially from out of Chicago, a lot of artists, a lot of so many creatives have came from Chicago. Talk about, you as a rising artist yourself and being able to build your legacy and kind of step in the midst of some of the artists that already have built that.
It's hard. It's when you think about Tink and Common and Kanye, when you think about, Dirk and Herbo, like when you think about artists like this, you're just like, I'm supposed to follow up behind them? Like what?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to come out and, follow up behind them? Wait a minute. So it's like, I try not to really think about, like without lacking to pay homage to them. You know, I try not to really think about who's done what they've done from Chicago, because it can be a little discouraging and it can be a little intimidating. You know, you sit there and you're like, wait a minute, these people have done X, Y, and Z, and I'm trying to get there. And, you know, some of these people were young, like very young when they started. So I think that it's just like creating your own path and just realizing like what's for you is for you, and someone else's journey isn't for you. You know, I'm guilty of looking at especially other female artists, and I'm like, well, why am I not doing that? Mm-hmm. You know, why am I not there? Why is she doing this? And it becomes an envious thing, just being honest, because you want it so bad. You're like, oh, right. You know, I can just taste it. But you have to realize, like, her journey is not my journey. You know what I mean? Like, and once people start realizing that and they just trust God and just go through their own path, you're gonna be all good. Everybody gonna be successful.
Yes. And speaking of your musical journey, you know, definitely talk about, you know, because we have Ashley and we have Adon, right?
Yes. Oh Lord. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
What I want to know, because, you know, first of all, hands down to you, because guys, if you know, for those who are on here or maybe new to introducing you to Ashley and you as an artist and as a person, I want you to let everybody know that, first of all, your creativity is unmatched. Like your singing, your lyricism, you know, hands down, just A1, okay?
A1, I like that. I'm gonna steal that. I have to steal that. I'm gonna give you credit though, but I steal it.
I want you to talk about, you know, what's the difference when it comes to Ashley and then when it comes to Adon? Because, you know, who do you feel like you're a little bit more in tune with?
You know, the funny thing is,
you got this alter ego going.
You know, exactly. I'm getting my Beyonce Sasha Fierce on. Okay, honey. You know, Ashley is more of the, you know, the girl next door, but still kind of sexy, sensual, like mysterious type of whatever. And then the other side is just like, I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm a like talk my stuff. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I have this little like slogan, I guess you could say, is like, I have these vicious vocals and these beastly bars, and that's just how I kind of go about it, you know. And it's not being cocky at all, but I just feel like I am unmatched. Like, there's a lot of talented females, and I rock with them. Come on, I am team girl power. Yes. But I just feel like when it comes to my bars and when it comes to the vocals, when I really tap in and I really zone in, it's no touching me. And I've been quiet lately. But of course there's a reason why, but I've been very quiet. But yeah, I just feel like there's no touching me. And I think that me finally gaining that confidence in myself is what has me here today. It has me like full throttle, like ready to go.
I love that, because first of all, you know, the one thing about it being a person who has been around music for years and really have studied music, you know, you can definitely see an artist. And I'm not just saying like, oh, you're a singer, you're a songwriter artist. I'm saying like you're a real true artist. And I think that that's what some people miss. And the thing is that you could be able to pour into it, and you have every single right to talk your stuff. Oh, they already put it in the comments. You have every single right to talk.
It's time.
You have it. And I think it is time because you have the two singles. So we have Savage and we have Big Leads. First of all, Big Leads. Woo!
Appreciate that.
And I know you are working on your upcoming EP. So I want you to kind of dig into, just talk to me about the two singles that you released and how that's prepping us and preparing us for what's to come with the release of your EP.
You know what's funny is the EP is going to be something completely different than those two singles. Something completely just not expected. I think that with me rapping and with me singing, and the people who have been so supportive and just like followed my journey through the name changes, through the moving to another state, through the rebranding, through everything. I think that they are accustomed to expecting a certain type of product from me. And I think that it's just time I give everybody something different. Right now, I feel like the rap game and the R&B game is very saturated. People wake up every day and they're a rapper and they're a singer, and it's just like, okay. So it was just time for me to do something very different. And I think that once this project drops and people hear it, it's going to be like, that's what we've been waiting for. With Savage, I wanted to do a fun song, you know, something turn up for the ladies. And I was in the studio with our producer Yayo, and we were sitting there. He played the track, and we just wanted to be on some City Girls type, you know, vibe. And there was Savage, you know.
Okay.
You know, and it just came about. Big Leagues, I just feel like there's not a Chicago anthem. I'm willing to stand on that. There is not a Chicago anthem. So why not be the person to give it to you? And that's where Big Leagues came about. So that was that. But those are my babies. Those are like my first, you know, releases that I did videos to. Like, those are my babies. So now it's just time to show everybody I don't want to say the real Ashley, because I don't feel like I haven't been, you know, authentic with everybody, but it's time to really turn up on them. It's time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell, so I know you probably don't want to go too far into what the EP is going to be giving us, the vibe that it's going to
the vibe
for us. But I do want to kind of ask you, like, you know, from starting off and writing, you know, the few singles that you have and up to this point in what you're going to give us, what would you say has been like the biggest challenge in basically making that transition?
I think the biggest challenge was just really figuring out who I was. I feel like for a long time, thus the numerous name changes, I was trying to be who I thought everybody wanted me to be instead of just being me, like Ashley. You know what I mean? So I think that was the biggest challenge, like really developing who I was, accepting who I was, accepting who I wanted to be as an artist, accepting what I wanted to portray to the world. It was the biggest challenge because I think that I had been running away from it for so long. So that was probably the biggest challenge. And then I think just thinking like, is the world gonna be accepting of the real me? Because I've been this, you know, I've been these other different egos, you know, alter egos for so long. Are they gonna be like, oh, okay, real Ashley is cool, we rock with her, we like her? I think that's pretty much it. Just figuring out who I was and getting ready to like show the world that it's like being in a relationship, you know. You were putting on a facade for so long, and now you gotta finally, like with us ladies, you know, we've been with a man for so long, now we finally gotta take our wig off, and we wondering like, is he gonna accept me? Like, cause he thought this was my real hair, okay? He thought I was Indian.
Goodness.
Like, he thought I was Indian, so let me show him that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those type of things
and everything.
So it's just trying to figure that out. Like, but I think I've got it, and you know, working with the team, Black Wealth and Yayo, and I'm about to start working with Terry Hunter, and if y'all know Terry Hunter, y'all know who Terry Hunter is. So that's about to be a vibe. I cannot.
Just the name alone. Just the name.
It's about to be a vibe, and then like I said, everybody over Black Wealth. It's just the merging and just.
I was gonna say, yeah, definitely talk to us about Black Wealth, because I know you definitely.
You know, that's the squad. That's the gang. You feel me? That's the squad. It's Yayo, DJ Reese, Jamal, or Shabazz. Call him Shabazz. Okay. We got DJ Big Tank. We got Rhea. We got Carla G, Bino, which those are two of the other artists. It's just a squad. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff that Carla is doing, unmatched. Bino, a beast. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yes.
the squad. That's the fam. That's yeah. That's the
All right.
fam.
I it's
They've been rocking. You know what I mean? They've been rocking. I think it's it's time. I gotta show them too. You know what I mean? Like
of
let me show
course.
y'all. I got y'all just like y'all got me. So
All
it's that
right.
time.
So with that, I mean, thank you so much for everything that you have been saying. Just talk about your journey. We saw some comments in here saying that everything, a lot of stuff that you were saying, very inspiring. I wanted to dig into more of your creative moments.
Okay.
Talk about as because sometimes as artists you're sensitive about your shit, so you want to be
Very
able
much
to
so.
sometimes with artists, you're the hardest critiquers of your own artistry. So I want to talk about some of those creative moments where you feel like, what, this ain't it, like, or this may be it, but I'm not really sure. Like, let us kind of dig into that creative side of you. How would you
Girl,
just
girl, it's hard sometimes. Like I'ma just be real. I think that if I didn't have a team, I would probably just be all over the place. My creative process when I'm like by myself, I am my biggest critic. So like I can hear a track, write a song, 10 minutes, and then trash it because something didn't sound right or whatever the case. Then I'll get to the studio and I'll let them hear what I did originally. And they're like, girl, like that's hot. What are you talking about? So I think that it's just like getting out of my own head, when it comes to the creative process. But it's also the key to being creative is being surrounded by creative things that can inspire you. If you're just around nothing inspiring, you're not going to be creative no matter how much you try to force yourself. You're going to have writer's block. You're going to shut down. You're going to be frustrated. Just all type of stuff. You know what I mean? So you have to be around things and people that inspire you, that motivate you, that do things that you want to talk about. Me personally, every single song. Okay, some songs I be exaggerating on because I be trying to act like I'm a thug, you know what I mean? Like thug life. But every song is an experience that I've gone through. Like I said, some may be embellished a little bit, you know what I mean? But 95% of the song is something that I've gone through. So I feel like if I'm not around these situations and these people and things that inspire me to at least write, then I'm not gonna have any material at all. If I'm just around nothing, what can I write about? And I feel like music should always be something that you've gone through or something that you've seen people go through or just something you've been a part of. That's how you got to be relatable. And if you're not, then people not going to relate to you. You got to be relatable.
True. Because now the whole ideal is truth, right? Even though we have a lot of artists, everything that comes from the media, speculation, things of that nature, and how people are portrayed. But I think the one thing that a lot of artists dig into is that the fact they put their truth into their music, and be able to be real as possible and be transparent, because everybody don't have to have this facade or this what's the word I'm looking for? This cliche life and things of that nature, and I think the one thing especially now when it comes to like millennials and Gen Z, it's like they want to be able to relate. Like if you like, people struggle every day,
and they nosy.
Right.
People nosy. People are nosy. They want to be in
nosy.
your business. They want to
Yes.
know if you done broke up with your man, if y'all back together, how many kids y'all got, if y'all went to dinner, if you and your best friend fighting, if you and your dog. Like they want to know what you ate for breakfast. They want to know everything.
But I put half of that on social media. I put some of that.
I'm bad at it. I'm
where
bad.
it's just like they, people. I think if you put it out there, and it's either received or not received, whichever the deal is. I mean, it really depends on you. But I think there's, definitely a tasteful way to still be able to put your truth out there, of course. And I think that's and like I was getting at was you know, the generation is different where, like you said, they are nosy. They want to know because they're so used of seeing somebody's life splattered all
Exactly.
over, you know, social media and these platforms. But I think one thing about it though, you know, a lot of people, like we see artists like Beyonce, we see people like, you know, Janet and things of that nature who has eventually, or, you know, they gave us such great music without
Mm-hmm.
having to give us, you
Their
know,
life.
so much into their life, but put it into their sound. And I
Exactly.
think that's where some people miss, like, understand, where it's just like, you just give it to us in the music, like
Yeah.
just let it pour out that way. Like, I'll sit there and listen to your lyrics all day, like, come on, I just
Exactly.
want to
Forget
hear it.
everything else.
Man, listen.
Definitely.
So Ashley, thank you so much, definitely, for coming on
Of
to our
course. Thank
platform,
you for having
giving
me.
us, sharing with us, your talents and all that you do and what you're giving, what you have coming up. So, you know, I kind of want to dig a little further in this
You know,
EP, but
I'm gonna give you the tea. You know,
you
whenever
know,
I'm gonna give you the
we
tea.
want
Okay,
the
like
tea. When
I
shall
know
we
everybody
expect the
wants the
release?
tea. It's piping hot, but just I will say this: just know with the team that I have,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be better and more me than anything I've ever released. I can
Okay.
say that. Like, this will be the okay, that's who Ashley is. Now we know her. Now we don't have any doubts. Now we're not like, is that her? Is it not? We don't know. Now it's like, okay, solidify, let's stamp it, let's write it in stone. That's who that girl is. So, and you know, I'll slide in your DMs and tell you the good tea. You know what I mean?
Got
Get
you.
the
Yes,
TT.
that's what
But
we
yeah,
need.
that's
Because, you know,
that's what
we
it is.
represent our artists over here. Trust.
Of course, and I appreciate that. Like, I just, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Now, can you let us know or kind of give us an expected release date?
We'll say this. One
Okay.
part of the project will be released in October.
Okay.
That I can tell you. I can tell you that one
Okay.
part of the project will be released in October. Yeah, I can give you that much. I can give you that much tea, you know.
Okay. All
That's
right.
it. That's all the tea I can
So
give you. But
we're
yeah,
on like the
definitely.
Beyonce Act 1, 2, and 3.
You know, it's funny you said that. I wanted to do that, but I'm not really sure
Okay.
in terms of how I want to do it. Like, do I want to tease y'all? Or do I want to be like, no, bam, here it is in your face?
Mm.
That's one of the things I'm struggling with, because I could tease you a little bit, give you a nice little EP with, you know,
Come
a
on,
few little joints
strategy.
on there. Or I can really just throw it in your face and just make you chew it up and swallow it. You know what I mean? Which I'm leaning more towards the second one, honestly.
Okay.
But we gonna see. I'm gonna sit
Okay.
down and really think about how I want to present it. Like, do I want to be in your face, or do I want to, feed it to you?
Okay. Listen, whichever way you give it, girl, it's gonna be served hot.
It's gonna be served. I'm telling you what. I'm
It's
so
gonna be
like,
served hot. I
I've
love
never
it.
been so excited about releasing something, like,
Okay.
because I just know the energy that's being put into it. I know that it's so authentic that it's like, yes, this is it.
And it's gonna be successful.
I appreciate
I
that.
tell you now, it's gonna be successful, and we
I
definitely look
appreciate
forward.
that.
Can't wait to promote it.
I'm so excited.
Before we go, I definitely want you to kind of give us, like we said, this platform is to support our independent artists. So for those who may be watching, or those who are going to watch this, what encouraging words can you offer, who has went through dozens of changes and have went through, trying to understand yourself as an artist? What words of encouragement can you give to other artists who is really trying to pursue themselves in this industry?
Ooh, try not to get emotional.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think that the biggest thing is, just as cliche as it sounds, just don't give up. Like, there will be so many days where you will wake up. I'm telling you, like, you will wake up, you will be discouraged, you will feel like this is not for me. You will have so many negative people telling you to give up. You can't do it. You should have already made it. You're not this, you're not that. And I think that the only way to really just live in your truth is to keep going. I'll be honest, it may not be for you, but you won't know that if you just give up because somebody on the outside told you. So I struggle with that a lot. Even to this day, I have my days where I'm just like, am I supposed to be doing this? You know, I don't feel like supported or whatever the case, you know? So I think that's just it, you know, just don't give up, just keep pushing. Like, it's cliche, but there's always that rainbow at the end of the storm type of thing. And whether your rainbow is what you visioned or something different, it's still a rainbow. You know what I mean? It's still something positive. So I would just say that. And then also to surround yourself with people who pour into you. You need that. Some people are like, oh, I can make it on my own. I can do this on my own. And you can, but you need people to pour into you. You need those people who got your back. You need those people who are going to uplift you when you're down. You need those people who are going to motivate you. You need those people who are going to just sometimes give you a hug and say, it's okay. You got it. With nothing else. That's it. So, yeah, just not giving up, Xing out the negativity, the outsiders, building your camp, having your village, and just having people and things around you that pour into you. Girl, you got me out here.
Yes.
The most right now, okay?
Listen, it's good. It's good because I think this the best part of this is the transparency and being able to be honest about it, because I think that sometimes, because when I used to work for the labels, you know, I used to hear it all the time, like artists be so excited, like, oh, as soon as they hear this, oh, I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna be selling millions, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, y'all haven't been through the grind yet. You haven't been to the days where you feel like you wanted to literally stop everything. Yeah. And to really wanted to just be like, yo, I'm pouring so much into this and into this and into this that, oh my goodness, like, who's really going to hear what it is that I have to say? And it be those artists that really understand the struggle in regards to, you know, really pouring into your craft and really giving it all that you got. And how important it is to have a good team, how important it is to have support, how important it is to make sure that you got people being really honest with you and letting you know, like,
that's not cool, but that is, you also need those people who are going to mention your name in rooms that you're not in. I've learned that as of recently, like, that is a big thing. Like, word of mouth is everything. It's everything. Yes. So when you have those people in your corner that are going to mention you just off the rip, that's a good thing. Those are good people to have. Like,
it is. Because we don't play over here. When we see talent and we hear talent, like, we hear true, like, we will forever support it. Like, we got you. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Ashley, thank you once again for just being able to sit down and sharing those words, everything, your journey with us. And guys, you heard it. You know, she gave a little tea on the upcoming EP. Just a little. But we know we're gonna get the news though, so it's okay. We no worries. And if you ever in New York, you're doing any shows or anything like that, please let us know. We'll definitely come through. We would love to chop it up in person.
You already know. Now I'm gonna like plan a trip to New York just because.
Yes.
Because.
Listen, we trying to put together a showcase too, so we'll definitely keep these together. We're trying to put it together. All girls.
Okay, well, you already know.
2023. I got you.
I will book a flight. Okay, I'm not getting on Spirit though.
Oh no, me and Spirit.
I'm not getting on Spirit.
Yeah.
I'll be there though, but I'm not getting on Spirit.
Spirit, we can't do no more. Yeah, me and my good sis over here. Yeah, we gave up on Spirit a long time ago.
Okay, just give up. Just give up.
So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Everybody for tuning in with us. Ashley, thank you so much. We wish you nothing but best and nothing but love on your journey. And guys, keep following her. If you ain't following her, you better go push the follow button. If you're not, all right, definitely stay up on tune with her. I mean, music is amazing. If she just gave us just a few singles that she has given us, and the music that she is going to give us is going to be phenomenal. So, guys, make sure that you stay in touch with her page and follow her in regards to any and everything that she is doing. All right. Yes. All right. So Ashley, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Please enjoy the rest of your night.
You as well. Be safe.
All right. Definitely. Have a good one.
All right.
All right, guys, listen, that was the show. We heard it here. So we had an opportunity to speak with the beautiful Ashley, who's a wonderful talent, triple threat, got it. I mean, has everything hands down. So guys, please make sure that you stay in tune with us. Follow us right here on Geneus every Thursday night. We are talking to some of the most creative and most influential artists that is in the music industry who's doing their thing. And also we have a lot of music professionals that we're going to be talking to this season as well. So guys, please stay in tuned in with us every Thursday night right here at Geneus And also guys, please look forward to our Music Mondays coming back up, where you already know Danielle and I, we giving you the tea, what's going on in the industry, and telling you all about the new music drops. So that will be starting back up our first Monday in September. And also please check me out if you have not. I am on AMP Radio. I will be doing a live radio show as well. I'm playing some of the hottest of indie music with some of today's top artists as well. So guys, that premieres on September 6th. So guys, check me out, Geneus on AMP Radio. So for all those, all right, you already know what it is, right? Real music, real style, and real people. So we thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And guys, you already know, until next time. Peace.